Rugby Connection podcast. Jemma Cameron. Today I'm joined by Murray and Harvey. Lads, how we doing?
Oui, c'est bon. I didn't do French, so I don't know if that was.
I'm near to that. I was going to say I studied German, so
Yeah,
I was going to attempt
so...
to do that starting segment in a thick French accent, but I thought
no. Okay. My English translation to that is yes, I am good.
Good.
Bloody amazing weekend of Six Nations.
Hell of a weekend.
I've got all three games were incredible.
Yeah, I'll give it that. It was the best weekend all over.
Most competitive round.
Yeah, best weekend so far. I mean, I don't know how anything would top this, but
I think we will start with the game that we all agreed was probably the most lackluster in, three pretty good games. We'll start with England versus Wales.
Okay.
It was a dogfight. Proper
dogfight. Score ended up being 20 points to 10 for England, so your boys got it done.
Yeah.
Wasn't the prettiest of games though.
No, it was fairly scrappy if I'm brutally honest, but we still fought hard. To be honest, we're still improving. A win's a win realistically when we got 4 points, but I think we're still learning, and I think that could definitely be shown in that game. Wales did run us close, a lot closer than I thought they would even. So fair play to them. It was pretty scrappy all over the pitch, I have to say, and possibly, well, I want to say their try was a tiny. It came from a spark of luck, I'd say. Louis Rees-Summit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's the most well-worked, deserving try in the world, but a score's a score. They'll take it however it is.
Exactly.
I have got a question, more for Harv. I mean, you can answer as well, Cam, but it's just why, when the game is essentially finished, why bring Marcus Smith and Henry Arundel on for
because
a minute? Not even a minute.
We had scored 3 tries, and when you score a 4th, you get a bonus point.
Yes, but the time they actually came on, I didn't actually know they came on.
About 3 minutes to play.
No, they came on in the last minute, which
last minute.
Yeah, which I don't know. I think at that point Borthwick had already known that if we hit them in the red, in the red time, least we can do is take 4 points away instead of 5.
I think probably would have been a bit smarter to bring him on the last 5.
I think it was really just sort of like a Hail Mary in American football, just chuck everything at it.
Yeah.
I thought it was time wasting. That's why I put that.
I don't think it was, because we needed that time. But
I thought it was so bizarre because I've seen comments. Somebody even said it's more about getting that extra cap. So when I'm like, I don't think that's what it's for.
But no, you wouldn't bring someone on just for a statistic.
Exactly. How annoyed would you be if that was your debut?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, human.
No, yeah. I wouldn't have that. But we needed the bonus point. Chuck on some fresh legs for the last play of the game. Chuck everything at it. Worst case scenario, we come away with a 4-point win.
Best case scenario, you get a bonus.
Best case scenario, you get a bonus point. So
yeah,
I don't really see anything wrong with it per se. I just thought it was kind of Lance Chancellor.
Yeah. What I will say about the two teams, and two teams which I suppose you could say are in similar positions, where it be under new coaching and having a bit of a change up in terms of squad, just the makeup of the squad. I think England are a team who are finding solutions and improving, whereas Wales, each game on game, seem to be finding more problems.
Yeah, I'd say
you've got for England, you've got players like Lawrence, who's come through, massive find. Obviously Maitland's coming back. You've got Hassel-Collins, Arundel as well, scoring a try in the last game.
Yeah, I think at least with from an England perspective anyway, is we're finding solutions one game at a time, and we're not piecing them together yet. I think we're just trying to find areas that work and areas that don't, so we can work out something. And I guess that's what we have to do game by game.
It's not too nice to see again, because it's been a while since we've seen a performance from this guy in particular, Kyle Sinclair.
Actually,
I think he was quietly good.
I was very impressed with Kyle Sinclair.
Yeah, quietly good as well, though, Cam, because just, you know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah, I know what you mean. I think the problem there is you've got a player like Ellis Genge on the other side of the scrum, who not only is he, pretty good at scrum time, he's also just around the park a brilliant player. He can run the ball like a loose forward. He's got that strength and that skill ability to, look flashy in open field play. Whereas Kyle Sinclair, he's sort of more of your traditional front row forward. He does his job, and maybe he's not doing the most flashy things in the world, but he's doing his job well still.
But yeah, exactly. And Kyle Sinclair originally was a more sort of big moment, like 10 minutes he'd do his job, I suppose, and then hit you with brilliance.
I'd say I'd liken sort of Kyle Sinclair to a sort of like France Malherbe for South Africa. He's not the flashiest player, but when it comes to his job being a scrummager,
what I was arguing was originally he was 10 minutes he'll do what he's been asked to do, and then he'll hit you with what he's capable of, what he's brilliant with.
Oh no, listen,
it won't be a consistent job. It won't be a consistent effort. He'll just hit you with those moments, and that's where his name, I suppose, was sort of flashed up to England coaching whoever it was at the time. I think now, at least with Sinclair, he is understanding that a rugby match is played over 80 minutes. It's not just 10 minutes. I can give you something amazing, and then okay, I've done that. My job's done.
Yeah, 100%. But
just a quick question before we move on, because there's a lot of rugby to talk about. Where does Wales go next?
It's a really tough question to answer.
You know what? As harsh as it sounds, back to the drawing board.
100%.
Me and Cam spoke about this like straight after the Wales game finished. Wales have scored 3 tries in 3 games.
Yep.
2 from like a stroke of like genius play or spur of the moment, and 1 because they had an extra man from a maul.
They've conceded as many tries as they did in the last Six Nations already.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And we're only halfway through.
I want to mention our point because I thought it was just about bad crack, and it had nothing to do with the game itself. So, when a rugby game is on TV, you have your TV presenter, former captain from that country, former captain from that country, and then like an impartial, usually. So, why, when it was Wales-England, did you have Sam Warburton, Wales captain, cool, Martin Johnson, former England captain and coach, and then Wayne Pivac, the man that got sacked by Wales to the stuff.
I did notice in the sort of half-time breakdown of the first half. I didn't even notice Wayne Pivac was there, and I saw him sitting there, and I was like, they've mugged him off here, haven't they?
I was going to say, I mean, you say impartial, he's probably more partial towards England at this rate. Like,
probably.
The bit that made me laugh was because they always ask like a former coach. So in my eyes, they would ask Martin Johnson this question, like, so if you were head coach at halftime, what are you telling the team? They asked Wayne Pivac that.
That's just a kick in the teeth, isn't it? Like,
it really is.
It's just like, if you were the head coach, I was, mate, I was.
What would you be telling them at halftime? It's pretty much the exact same, but nothing happened.
But last year, I told them that,
crying in compensation.
But no, at least Wayne Pivac's Wales were able to score more than 1 try per game.
Actually, you know what? Fair enough.
Fair enough to the lad.
Wayne Pivac's
but I think me and Murray did say, listen, as much as we like, poking fun at Wales and whatnot, and it's all good fun and like it is obviously shit to see them in this position.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we took a W, so
we'll move on. We'll move on because we've got the one of the most exciting games. Oh fuck! Oh shit! Sorry, no, I apologize. Pardon.
Language.
If you know, you know. Nah, Mac Hansen's post-match interview. Stole the week.
Never change, Mac. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Ireland, Italy. 34 points to Ireland, 20 points to Italy. All of us saw an inevitable Ireland victory, but my God, did Italy make them work for it?
Italy have been strange so far this Six Nations. They ran France close, Ireland close, and then England, who are a team who are reforming, were nowhere.
Yeah.
They outscored England in the second half.
Well, still, you know.
Wait a minute, do you think, this goes on really stupid, but it makes sense in my head. Do you think Italy went into the England game as favourites? Like, yes, cool, we've got this. Do you think that's what happened?
You know what, I heard a few people say that. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, there's an upset on the cards, like, are Italy going to do it for the first time ever? And obviously, as an England man, I said no. Like, that's bias. I said no. I don't think they went as favourites.
No, definitely not.
I think there was shock factor like potential, but
there was definitely belief.
I didn't mean go in as favourites, but do you think like they kind of went, you know what, like we've not had a new coach, we know what we're doing.
Like, 100%. But I think that's the reason why Italy are improving. Is because they have that sense of belief that you know what, we can go and win a game.
First game in the Six Nations where Capuzzo didn't do much.
He didn't do much, but the return of King Paolo Garbisi, what a difference did that man make to the general look of Italy?
Yeah, it does help.
I mean, Tommaso, I've watched him, the whole of this year, really, at Quins, and as good as the little player he is, he's no Garbisi.
No, but listen, let's not forget that Tommaso Allen was sort of was the fly half, the orchestrator of running France pretty close at home. Now you've got Garbisi now running the show, pushing Ireland. So they pushed the two best teams in the world really close, and to be able to have two young fly halves like that at your disposal.
The thing is, now Garbisi's back, and the next two games are against Wales, then Scotland.
Yeah,
Wales, it's a
winnable game.
They're going to go into this game thinking we did it last year. They're probably worse off.
Italy are genuinely favourites for that game.
And then Scotland. And then Scotland. Now they ran Ireland close and they ran France close.
Don't say it. Shut up.
No, listen. They're running the good teams close.
Yes, they are.
I'll give you that. I made you smile with that one. I'll take that as a brownie point. They're running the good teams close. Do you think they will think to themselves that this is in reach? You know what I mean? Will they thrive under the amount of pressure?
I think they're going to struggle against Scotland purely due to the fact that both Ireland and France play a very structured game, whereas Italy play quite a chaotic style of rugby, especially this tournament. We've seen them running the ball from their own try line, trying to run the ball from there. They don't like kicking. They just want to run. They want to add some pace to the game.
I guess that'll be kind of play into Scotland's hands anyway, because that's the
exactly. Because Scotland, with the players at their disposal, I mean, we'll talk about some of Scotland's players in the next game, but Scotland do thrive off of a bit of chaotic play, a bit of open field play.
Shall we just quickly discuss the player of the match from that game? Our boy,
Mac Hansen. There are a few players I just want to mention, but Mac Hansen definitely first. I feel like James Lowe has stolen a bit of the spotlight in recent times for Ireland, and you can't deny he's a brilliant player. He was, he did bloody well this game as well. But Mac Hansen was just there.
Yeah,
he was just there all the time in the game, and he took his two tries brilliantly. He's a brilliant finisher. His second try especially was good, but nice. Yeah, he put in a shift, and not even just on the attack. Defensively, he was also amazing. So
Bundy Aki was a nice whiff of fresh air again, just because he always kind of falls off and then he comes back. And
I think that's the first game I've seen Bundy Aki look really passionate about playing in an Irish Ireland jersey for a long time, since maybe the New Zealand tour.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that anything against Bundy Aki, but I feel like with the likes of Ross Byrne, Ringrose, all that in the picture now as well, maybe Bundy Aki's now got a bit of competition, but he showed that game that I'm still here.
Yeah, we love to see it. We love people having that like dog in them that just I'm still here.
Yeah. Just quickly before we move on to the next game, I just want to do some honourable mentions because I feel like we can't go on without giving these guys a bit of praise.
Okay.
Lorenzo Canone,
Oh,
absolute monster of a player. My God, that guy was running through Ireland's defensive line for fun. The amount of breaks that guy made for a loose forward was insane. Pierre Bruno, the Zebra winger, scored an absolutely brilliant try. Really getting Italy back into the game. I thought he had a brilliant game. And I thought Stephen Varney had a better game. He's not quite there yet, and I don't think he's the complete picture. Is he the answer to Italy's number 9? Maybe not, but I thought he did all right, obviously getting his try as well. But yeah, it's nice to see Italy being competitive, especially against the big teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Talking about the big teams, we'll go on to today's fixture. Still very fresh in all of our heads. We've all unanimously said maybe one of the best Six Nations fixtures in recent history or ever. Scotland versus France. So came out with a French victory, 32-12. Murray was on the brink of tears.
32-21.
21.
32-21.
You said 12.
No, you were trying to piss me off.
32-12. Sorry, that scoreline is
having a go at me.
Ingrained into my head, you see. No, 32-21. I don't think the scoreline does it justice. It felt like a lot closer of a game. It was a lot closer of a game. Started off a bit ropey with a 6-minute red card to Gilchrist, and then a 10-minute red card to I can't even pronounce his name.
Mohamed Hawass. Oh, I hate him. I hate him.
Did he not get a red card last time he played against Scotland?
Last time he started against Scotland at Murrayfield, half an hour in, grabbed Jimmy Ritchie, bang, script.
Oh God, that was him. Yeah,
I remember it. Yeah.
And what did he do this time?
We were talking in the group chat like during the game, and you were like, "Oh, the dirty boy, he's done it again." And I was thinking to myself like, "Oh, I can't remember the last time," but like,
there you go.
Absolutely
I think that red card for France was the turning point in the game, because honestly, if you saw Scotland being a man down for the whole game, I think France run away with it. But what a stupid piece of play.
I just want to go back to the Grant Gilchrist red card. Yeah, it was a red card. I'm not saying it wasn't. It was. His hand, like his arm wasn't even wrapped. So I just want to. I feel a bit sorry for Grant Gilchrist because I think I might be wrong.
That was his first
red card ever.
Ever, yeah.
And you could see how much I think we discussed it when I think it was when Steph Toy got red carded, and
his first ever professional card.
How much it affected him, and the camera kept shooting back to Gilchrist, and you could see he was quite emotional about it. But
and also a man who was done pretty dirty, I'd say. Hamish Watson.
Yes. So if you don't know, right? So Grant Gilchrist got red carded. You need 2 second rules on it at all times. So Johnny Gray comes on. Right, that's not a problem. You have to sacrifice a player. Hamish Watson's big return lasted 6 minutes through no fault of his own. But then France went, hold my beer. We'll take a better crack at it. So again, you need a prop for your game.
You do.
You take a back row off to sacrifice. Do you take the injured Anthony Gelonge off and move Aldrit to the flank? No, you take Gregory Aldrit off.
Why? Why? I put this in the chat. Why?
Well, the thing with Gelonge is he had probably the strangest game of rugby I've ever seen. He got lamped 6 minutes in, had a HIA, came basically straight back on, made about 3 cracking tackles, including a try-saving tackle, and then went off like 10 minutes later.
Yep.
So weird.
He was ball carrying like hell. Like that man was on a motivated mission.
I am just going to talk about the positives because I am very doom and gloom. I'm like Cam. I've noticed this. If my team get beat, it ruins my day. So I'm actually surprised I'm here right now. Anyway,
I'm used to it by now, which is why I'm.
Harv just powers so hard. We all want to be like Harv. Hugh Jones.
What a player.
12 carries, 2 tries, 134 metres made.
and South African.
He's not. He's born in Edinburgh. He was
Have
made in-
you heard that man speak?
Yeah, he's got an English accent.
No, he hasn't.
Yes.
Yeah, he has. Anyway, but Finn Russell, again, the cleanest 50-22 ever.
Just maybe the
Straight.
cleanest performance from a fly half. He was making that game look like he was playing in an under-12s fixture at moments.
That's what Finn does, though, isn't it? I know I say that a lot.
Honestly, but, like,
just-
you think by now we'd be used to Finn Russell. You'll never get used to Finn Russell.
Do you want to know a moment that scared me, and it didn't really affect anything of the game? Jack Dempsey came on, and Pierre Schumann, big, massive Pierre Schumann, quite close to his
Absolutely
wing, Jack
flattened.
Dempsey flattened Pierre Schumann. That was frightening. That was a frightening sight.
To be fair, I suppose Scooby wasn't putting any force against him. But
I don't think he knew that Jack was on the picking up pace, and he just kind of looked up and move. But
I suppose all Jack saw was a blue shirt and assumed it was a French person. But anyway,
yeah.
no.
I'm just going to say I'm so proud of this team. We were 19-0 down at one point. It looked all gone, and then we brought it into within 4, and a daft error 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think this is one of those test matches where both teams played out their skin. To be honest, I don't think there was a fault in either team, apart from the red cards.
But yeah, apart from obviously penalties conceded and a few mistakes at set piece and whatnot, both teams put on the best performance. For France, I'd say their best performance of this tournament. For Scotland, I'd say the best performance in the last year. In a losing effort.
The thing I have with this game is that both teams just went to war with it.
100%.
How many times do we see clean break? Like, how could the defense be so good and the attack be so good they break through it as well?
I think it's just down to the case of, both teams' defense was immaculate, but at some point, both teams are going to get tired, and that's when the attacking play flow. It was the perfect game of rugby.
100%, and I think that it showed. I mean, the passion in some of the players was immaculate. I think the general excitement of the game. I mean, it was dramatic. You had everything. You had the early red cards. You had the early lead for France. Scotland thinking they're down and out, and then they come back. They come within 4. It's France are attacking on the line. They get the penalty with 3 minutes to go, and it's all thinking, right, Scotland can do something here, and it all just. I don't think there's a better game I've seen genuinely.
Sorry, carry on. You go.
Let's just think about the setup for this game. We had Scotland with hopes of maintaining their dream of a Grand Slam, and you had France aching from a loss, looking for redemption in at home in a home World Cup year. It set the game up beautifully and just fueled the fire.
But the Grand Slam, you can't get a Grand Slam now, but we could still win the Six Nations and the Triple Crown.
You could.
Yeah,
the Triple Crown.
It's very tight now. There's 3 teams on 10 points now.
I said after the first 2 rounds, I think, after seeing that Scotland were performing fairly consistently, I said that Ireland-Scotland is going to be the best fixture, the Six Nations, as my prediction. This one's going to be hard to top, but I still think we could be on for an even better game with Scotland versus Ireland.
I don't know if this is just like my excitement and recency bias. I don't think I'll see a better game than this. That maybe in the next 2 years.
It's going to be so hard to beat.
It will. I will be talking to my grandkids about this game.
The only time I can see this game being topped this year is the World Cup, and that's it.
Yeah, when England beat South Africa for the final.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wait a minute, no, because they have to get past us and Ireland. Just behave.
Yeah, light work. But anyway.
Yeah, Ireland will lose in the the quarters.
In the quarters, yeah. Scotland will go out the group stages. Let's
No.
not, beat around the bush.
Me and you can find a neutral ground here. We could have Ireland go out in the pool.
It's not going to happen, though, is it?
Shut up! Why are you coming after me? You could say Ireland have to go out, and me and you could be happy.
Okay, okay, Murray. If you lose to Ireland in the Six Nations, then it sets it up better for you to get revenge against them in the World Cup.
Beat them twice.
No, I'm saying logically here. You should do us all a solid and lose your Six Nations match against Ireland.
No,
Yeah, I agree.
Genuinely, wait a minute. Genuinely, I'd rather a Six Nations than a World Cup because listen. The punchline for God knows how long is Scotland will never win or compete in the Six Nations.
But a World Cup.
Yeah, but we're not expected to do well in a World Cup.
Yeah, but they just shock everyone.
Shut up! There's a big chip on our shoulder about the Six Nations.
The Six Nations is another Six Nations for us, but another World Cup would be pretty juicy.
Right. We've talked a lot about Scotland. Let's quickly talk about some of the French players. Ramos, excellent as always. No, I think he was pretty good.
Ramos was better than Intermac, but I think it just comes down to because he can kick at goal.
Fairs.
Yeah, but so can Intermac.
Yeah, but he didn't. Intermac actually did.
I know but the thing is, France never let him kick.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Ramos can kick. Take that away, and what did he do? Not much.
I mean, he made some pretty nice breaks.
They all made nice breaks. They had a man advantage for about 2 minutes, but still.
Okay, fine.
Cyril
Anton Dupont as always.
I was going to say Cyril Bailly.
Cyril Bailly, yeah.
Cyril Bailly.
Incredible.
That guy has so much strength.
But also
as a South African.
The bloody step on him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a South African, obviously we pride ourselves in the front row, and I would, usually say, the likes of Oxenshea or France Malherbe are the best loose heads in the world. Cyril Bailly is the best loose head in the world.
Yes.
He is, though. It's just a fact.
He is.
I know. I to be honest, I just love Cam saying that it's not that.
And for Irish fans saying Tadhg Furlong is the best tight head, he's not. But anyway, he's not. He's not. But that's besides the point. Demortier.
Oh.
He got his second try in 3 games for France. He
gets wound up easily though. I noticed that today.
He does. He's like if Damien Penaud was a hormonal teenager.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He has so much. Yeah, honestly,
he does. He's
Ben White.
You get to get to him.
I'm what? I'm lost for words.
No, Ben White done a brilliant try-saving tackle, and he threw his toys at the pram, pushed Ben White, grabbed Stuart Hogg by the shirt, and Stuart Hogg's even laughing go on, punch me, do it, I dare you.
Yeah, but Stuart Hogg will just have to spend a fortune on his teeth getting replaced again. Right. No one's talked about the man of the match, Gael Fickou.
Oh yeah. To be honest, I don't think he was the man of the match.
Was it? No.
He
scored. Apart from the last minute try, again from a few runs and nice decent hits, he didn't do much.
Gael Fickou is one of those players.
No. He didn't have moments of brilliance. He was there consistently grinding the whole game.
No, I'll agree with you.
If Dupont was going in for rucks and Fickou just thought, right, I'm going to take this myself. He was there every ruck push. He was like, it's like they were playing with 2 9s. He was consistently there.
I'll agree with you because Fickou is one of those players that, he obviously he's a very talented player for France and Racing. He can do some incredible stuff, but he then, even when he's not, he's just all over the park. Sean Edwards has made it clear that Gael Fickou is the man who organizes his defense. And he does it so well because France have maybe the best defense in the world.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I mean, he's a do-it-all player. I mean, he could be a centre, a wing, a scrum half, a bulldozer, a water boy, a prop, combine harvester. I don't know. He could be any of those things.
I reckon he would If he can organise a defensive line, he can probably harvest a field. I think that's fair to say.
I'd say so.
Just a big old defensive line of combines.
Anyway, that's pretty much all the Six Nations, isn't it? Like,
That is the Six Nations.
Yeah.
Shall we do some
not only
predictions?
this week.
Shall we do some predictions for next week? Because next week's fixtures.
For what Six Nations next week?
There's
there is none, is there?
There's none. We're back to
Cam, you know that
we're back to the week off.
He's a Saffer. He doesn't know. Bless him.
He doesn't understand our fixture yet.
Why? Why?
Right.
Okay.
You take everything else, you don't get in the Six Nations, go away.
We had domestic rugby as well.
We'll go over some other stuff that happened then.
I think we'll probably just read some scores. I suppose.
Yeah. We'll start with the Premiership because the Premiership happened, apparently. On the Friday night, Bath versus Bristol. Bristol getting the win 15 points to 13. Bath are crying right now. Saracens versus Newcastle on the Saturday. A pretty tight fixture, only 6 points in it. 29-23, Saracens squeak by the Falcons. After that, we had Saints versus Gloucester. Pretty classic fixture. And a pretty good scoreline, 41-34 for the Saints. And then an absolutely nail-biting game, Leicester versus London Irish. 25 points for Leicester and 22 for Irish. Squeaked by again. And then today, the last fixture, we had Exeter versus Sale. Exeter getting a pretty big win against Sale, who have been on pretty outstanding form this tournament. That's pretty good for them. If we look at the table, top four, I believe, is pretty much the same. Saracens in the top, Sale in second, Saints third, Gloucester fourth. Dropping down, we have Exeter in fifth, Leicester in sixth, London Irish in seventh, and Quins in eighth. And the rest of them, insignificant.
Fair enough. We've got predictions.
Predictions, yeah. So on the Friday night next week, we have Bristol versus Northampton.
I'm going to go Saints by 6.
I'm going to go Saints by 15.
I don't know. Harv doesn't like Bears. That's all it is.
Oh, no, I don't mind them.
Bristol's a great.
I don't mind them. I just don't like the Grizzly ones.
Yeah, well,
we said the same joke in a different way. It's fine.
I was going to say Saints by 10.
Yeah.
Saturday, we have Leicester versus Bath.
This is probably one of the most classic fixtures that's going to get absolutely no coverage.
Yeah.
It's on BT Sports. It's on TV.
No, it's on TV. Yeah, but
but who's going to watch it?
All right,
going to watch it. Everyone's going to be like, "Oh, it's not Six Nations."
Leicester by 12. I'm sorry, Bath.
Sure. Leicester by Leicester by 13.
I was going to say Leicester by 20.
Oh,
yeah. Harv and Murray, you are back at it again. Quins versus Chiefs.
Chiefs, but no. We are pretty poor at the moment, but I will back the team and I will say Quins by 5.
Damn.
And I will say no. Chiefs by. I'll be tight. I'll take Chiefs by 3. Yeah.
A 0-0 draw.
That
No.
I think this would that this would absolutely set me and Murray apart. Me and Murray would never speak to each other again if it was a 0-0 draw.
Just do something.
And that's why I'm predicting it. I want to cause havoc. Sunday, we have what I think is going to be a pretty juicy fixture: Newcastle versus London Irish.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Irish by 7. Nice try, yeah. Good try.
I'm gonna go Falcons at home by 3.
I like your thinking because I was thinking Falcon. I know. I wanna go Irish. Irish by 4.
Fair enough. And the top of the table clash: Sale versus Saracens.
Could you name 2 of our teams?
I'm just going to plead the 5th and hope the game gets cancelled.
Gets rained on. Yeah.
It's on ITV, but I'm sorry to the blokes at ITV, but
I predict a bolt of lightning to hit the pitch and then there to be a stampede of elephants or something.
Saracens
we're
by
not in South Africa anymore.
Oh, sorry, I forget sometimes.
Saracens by 8. I don't care. I don't care about this game.
I'll say Sale by 5.
There we go.
I can't predict. We'll just leave it at that. I don't feel any need to predict.
He's a nothing. He's null and void.
I believe that rugby will be the winner.
Oh, that's as bad as a draw. There you go.
ITV will be the winner because they're
Yeah, they will be.
They're giving us free coverage the whole of UK.
They are the winner.
Anyway, just proper high entertaining rugby returned as well.
Oh
yes, I was going to leave that to last.
All right, cool. That's fine. Go back to that then.
Just quickly, what felt like the mouldy bit of meat in the pretty good sandwich. There were 2 URC fixtures. Sharks lost to Ulster 31-24. I don't want to speak about it. It made me sad. And the Lions beat Glasgow 35-24. Finally, Glasgow get what they deserve for being from Glasgow. Are there URC fixtures? There are URC fixtures next week. We'll quickly do predictions. Glasgow versus Zebre.
Glasgow.
Zebre by 1.
Glasgow by 17.
Zebre to run it close but lose somehow by 14 points.
How's that running it close?
Close.
Yeah, but it is. Munster versus the team that are clearly better than Edinburgh because they beat them, Scarlets.
Oh, you fucker.
Munster by 55. They're going to do the same as they did to the Ospreys.
Just keep slapping them Welsh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Seeing as I'm a proud Welshman myself, I'm going to say Scarlets by 5.
This is so Cam doesn't get fired.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Munster by 17. Oh, no, I don't know about.
I think I'm just getting bored of Irish people winning stuff.
Fair enough.
I'm dreading this one. Stormers versus my beloved Sharks in Cape Town.
Back your team, Cam. Come on.
I'm going to back my team, Murray. I'm just saying I'm nervous.
Stormers
That's fine. Me and Harvey.
By 30.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Stormers by 30.
Stormers by 12. That's not going to look pretty for you.
Sharks by 4.
Ah, boy. There you go. But do you believe it, though? Do you really believe it?
I do. I would really believe it if we played our bloody well Springbok players, but no.
You need depth. You need to use young players.
Yeah, but it's like having, it's like being a kid and having money, but your parents not letting you spend it.
Cameron, use your Springboks, man. Beat the Stormers, man.
The boys need him for the rugby.
Anyway, and then up in Pretoria, Bulls versus Lions.
Bulls. Let's hit off this. The Bulls by 8.
The Bulls by Pretoria Bulls by 4. That monster hit me.
Yeah, I'm gonna back the Lions by a point, just because I would rather see them win.
Okay.
Edinburgh versus Leinster.
Leinster by 40.
You prick. You suck. You really suck.
As much as I would like to piss Murray off, I would really, really like to see Leinster lose. I really want to see it. So I'm going to say Edinburgh by 3.
Go ahead, Edinburgh by 1. Just a nice nitty-gritty win. And I mean, it's sad as well because my Blair's leaving. But anyway.
Unlucky.
Anyway.
Ospreys versus the best team in the world. I don't even need to say who it is.
Benetton by 12.
No, Ospreys by. No, I don't like Benetton. I don't like Benetton. I don't really have anything for them. They're mid. Mid. Ospreys by 9.
Sorry, last time I checked, Benetton were higher on the table than Edinburgh.
Ospreys by 9.
Benetton by a converted try. Cardiff versus Ulster.
Cardiff by 2.
Cardiff by 50 because I hate Ulster. I hate them.
We're not biased, we promise.
I'm gonna go Ulster by 3. And I don't
Dragons versus Connacht.
Well, does that game even exist? Like, really?
It's happening. It is.
Is that even a game?
Is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be a top level game of rugby?
That is, yes.
That's brutal. That's a brutal comment. You know what? Actually, just to benefit us, benefit Edinburgh, I'm going to go Dragons by 4.
Connacht by 10.
Connacht by 20.
I have a Connacht scarf just over there. So
the boys are from Connacht, but no.
I've seen Connacht get absolutely pumped twice. So
yeah, but we've seen Dragons get pumped.
So did I.
I went to see with you in Edinburgh. I went to see Connacht at the RDS, which is a big mistake.
I can't believe you went to that game.
That's like
it was New Year's. We got to meet our boy.
Like discussed. On to a pretty exciting thing. Super Rugby's back, guys.
Way.
And it kicked off with quite a week of fixtures, I'd say.
I mean, the first game straight off the bat. It's like
we'll start on the Friday. The favourites, Crusaders, got a hiding from the Chiefs, 31-10.
24 unanswered points.
Disgusting.
Crazy.
After that, we had a bit of an Australian fixture, Waratahs versus Brumbies. Closer fixture, 31-25.
Very good game.
On to the Saturday, my game, other than the Six Nations, my game of the week, Moana Pacifica versus Fijian Drua, 36-34. What a fixture. Highlanders versus Blues.
Ouch, that was a hiding and a half.
60 points to 20 for the Auckland Blues.
Blues highest win over the Highlanders ever.
Yeah,
I don't support the Highlanders.
My Super Rugby team is the Blues. So
well, I need to try and get
it should be the Sharks.
Well, it used to be.
It should be still.
I'll see what he did there.
Anyways, where we are, Reds versus Hurricanes.
Oh, it was embarrassing.
47-13 to the Canes.
But another liner is in the circle. The liner family lives on.
Okay.
I feel like I had to comment.
Western Force versus the Melbourne Rebels, 34-27. And today we had nothing.
Yeah, I like that. They do Friday, Saturday. That's it. There's no Sunday.
Friday,
fixture.
Saturday, nice and simple. 2 days of rugby.
I enjoy the Friday ones. I can just sit in class on my computer with the rugby.
The tabs open. Yeah.
And that is Harvey's advice to any student studying for their future.
But wait, no. I'm doing sports science. It's just coursework.
Again, that's Harvey's advice to anybody doing sports science. Shall we do our my first ever Super Rugby predictions on this podcast?
We've never done predictions. I used to just kind of brush over
the first ever RCP Super Rugby predictions.
Yes.
Crusaders versus Highlanders in Christchurch.
Strong by 25.
Highlanders by 1.
Do you believe that? Do you really believe that, Harvey?
No, but I want it to happen.
There you go.
Crusaders by 35 points. Yeah. It's going to get even worse because we got Rebels versus Hurricanes.
Canes are going to put 50 on the Rebels.
Canes by 40.
Yeah, I'll just one up and go Canes by 60.
Go 60?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? On to Saturday. Moana Pacifica versus Chiefs.
I'm really looking forward to this game.
Chiefs by 17.
I'm gonna go. I'll go Chiefs by 10. I think it's gonna be very tight.
I think Moana Pacifica are going to pull the same thing they did last season against the Hurricanes and beat the Chiefs. And I think it's going to be Moana Pacifica by 2 points. Why not?
That would be lovely. Yeah.
This next one might even be better. Fijian Drua versus Waratahs.
I'm gonna go Drua. I'm gonna go Drua by 3, and it's in Fiji.
I'm also going to go Drua, but I'm going to say by 7.
I am going to make that 3 from 3 for Drua, and I'm going to say Drua by 10.
Oh,
yeah.
Love that. We've got a juicy class on Sunday. Well, very early.
We do
Sunday
have a very juicy class.
Blues
versus Brumbies.
Blues, Brumbies. I'm going to say Blues because it's in Auckland.
Yes.
Blues by 8.
The New Zealand teams are insanely clear, all of them.
Unfortunately, yes, they are.
Apart from the Highlanders, I think they're all insanely clear of anyone else. So it's going to be Blues by about 20.
I was going to say Blues by 15, just to give the Brumbies some credit.
Blues by 22.
Fair enough. It'd probably happen, let's be honest. And back in Australia, Force versus Reds.
You know what? I'm gonna go the Force again.
Yeah.
Force by 12.
Yeah, I think Reds are in the mud. I know it's only the first round, but Force by 15.
Reds by 7.
Yeah, that's fair. I have got a question for you before we do random game of the week, though, quickly.
Yep.
Who is going to break Israel Folau's Super Rugby try scoring record? So if you don't know, Israel Folau is on 60. TJ Perinara is on 58, and this weekend his teammate Julian Savia also joined him on 58. So basically it's TJ or Julian, because Doug Howlett on 59 has retired many moons ago.
I'm gonna go TJ.
I think, yeah.
TJ
I know Julian's on the wing, but TJ's at like sniper 9.
Oh, TJ just does whatever he likes, realistically.
Doesn't matter where he is. It doesn't matter if he's in Super Rugby, International, NPC.
Japan.
Japan. Why not? Actually, can we just quickly mention that? How many bloody well All Blacks are just pissing off to Japan?
Oh, they're just going. I mean, RJ Savea's leaving next year to Japan. I feel like Brodie Retallick's going back. I think that was rumoured.
Mwanga's going to Japan, isn't he?
Huh?
Mwanga going to Japan?
Yeah. Richie Mwanga, Cannon Frizzell. Yeah, they're all going.
Jesus.
Silly money. All
that, Blacks in the mud, All Blacks in the mud.
Good times to be Japanese at the moment. You've got a bloody great domestic league.
Yeah, let's get them all qualifying on residency, and then
send them to South Africa. I don't know. What about you?
Shall we do random game of the week then?
Yeah, let's do random game of the week. I'll let you guys start whilst I find my random game of the week.
I have one. My favourite league, the Czech Republic Extraliga, started this weekend.
Yes.
And my God, we were treated to an absolute thumping by title winners Rickeney. Rickeney 88, Zlin 0.
Oof.
I'm heard there were tears. They could not have been, but I think I heard there were tears from my Czech Republic correspondence.
What? Who do you know in the Czech Republic?
Murray, I have contacts. I have many contacts.
Game of the week. That's not too random, but it might crush Cam's soul. We go to the LA Sevens. Uruguay beat the Blitzbok 10-5 And Harv is jumping out his seat.
You know what? I'm okay with that because now the Sharks have Neil Powell. So
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. I've met Neil Powell.
yeah, I'd rather him because ultimately the sevens, yeah, the 15s is the only thing that matters.
Don't keep telling yourself that.
I was going to say just whatever helps you sleep at night.
It hurts real bad. I'm gonna go back to my favorite, my genuine favorite, the Kenya Cup.
God.
And Harv, you're gonna like this one because the Kenya Harlequins beat the Strathmore Leos 32-18.
Strathmore in Kenya.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
The
They
Kenya
just relocated.
Harlequins currently higher in that competition than the Harlequins are in the Premiership.
Okay, right. Anyway, so that was a lovely segment. Next week we are back with more domestic rugby. And random games of the week that is very fun. Tam, you can take it away.
That's pretty much
Cheers
it.
for watching.
Go and check
as
out.
always, check out our socials: TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. All of us are on there. All of us are posting, except Harv. And yeah, we're always doing interviews. Murray's got interviews up all the time.
Yeah.
Give him a check out.
One dropped today.
Yeah.
Ben Whitehouse.
Ben Whitehouse, Welsh
Love
referee.
him. Love him or hate him.
Actually, the TMO for the France-Scotland game. So,
Done. I didn't realise until I seen him. I was like, mate.
Ben, mate. You all right, mate?
But no, very insightful on how referees approach games and how he carries himself and what he wants out of games. And you know what? You can just tell he loves his rugby.
Yeah.
So stop giving him shit online.
Yeah, he's just another one of those referees who gets a lot of shit who doesn't really deserve it.
Yeah, it's all our ones that we get.
We are making a cry out for justice for referees, even though we slew them from time to time.
Yeah, but we don't name them though.
No, we don't name them. But yeah, this has been the Rugby Connection podcast again, and cheers for watching.